want is produced or not by wanting it, and not the other way around. Yeah. So it's not there, and then at some point you choose that you want it. And this also means that only the things that are actually wanted are being produced. Yeah. But that's communism for industry. All companies are producing a lot because it's cheaper to produce a lot. So they can throw away half of what they produced because the half they sold still paid for everything. It's sad. For profit. Even for profit. It's really sad. So for an industry it's more logical to produce 1 million plastic items because it's cheaper than just produce 1,000. And because you will maybe sell 200,000 of those pieces and the rest is thrown away. 3D printing can mess up this vicious circle a little bit. That's the basic element. Somebody comes up with an idea for a product, somebody produces it, and somebody consumes it. And this always repeats. But this is dangerous. So you can produce a lot, you invest a lot of money, and suddenly you have a lot of material you have to sell. So you create a need by advertising or whatever, like making a promise to a possible consumer that he or she will feel better when he has your product. Yeah, but it doesn't make you happy, not for a long time, because as we talked before, you're not involved in this whole thing. You didn't say, oh, I need something better, or I need this or this. And 3D printing, for me, is a good way to get people involved. We have the ability and the skills to do or make useful and long-living things people want to use or want to have. We have the capability of offering valuable objects to people to produce on their printers, or to people who want to use 3D printing as a production method. It's PLA, cornstarch based, eco-friendly materials, not oil-based plastics, and you can put it in the compost if you don't want it anymore. All those things, and that made me reconsider it as a project. And yes, so I thought let's have a look. This is one of the lamps I have been designing for my degree project, and the basic idea is that I take a lighting set that you get anywhere, or like a specific shop. In this case it is Clas Ohlson here in Sweden, and they supply home improvement things, basic home improvement things. And they have a lighting set for LEDs that looks like this. It's not very beautiful, but that's my duty to change in a way. And it's not very expensive, it's decent lighting, so I picked it. So what you need is a couple of wooden materials from the home improvement store, a couple of screws in the right size, but it's standards, it's nothing particularly special. Yeah. This is the shade, and we just have to fill it in a little bit. Take the connector cable through, and then we have to take a little bit of aim for the screws to go through the holes, which is not too hard. So here we are, and we have a third piece that connects the whole thing to the ball bearing that keeps it movable on the lamp arm. We attach it. It's the good winged nuts, so that you don't need a special tool to fix it. It will just work like this. Yeah, and then we have this ball bearing. Basically, it's like a ball connector to the arm. We can turn it in here and just very simply in a very simple manner assemble it. And yeah, then it's finished. You have a very nice lamp. As those lamps have a certain size that they have in all the shops that deal with them, you can just interchange those shades, for example, or change the way you want to connect it to a lamp arm, or you can build a direct connector without a ball bearing because you don't need it to move and so on. So it's a lot of choice you have there, and well, that's also what it makes it nice, because you can take down one shade and put on another one. So the technology doesn't need to be thrown away with the whole thing, and that's the nice thing about those ready-made packages. This is another system I developed for my project, which involves you a little more in the meaning of building it, and also it gives you a couple more choices that you can make, and where you can go in and develop maybe your own pieces, or where you can choose from a wider range of pieces to individualize your lamp. So for me, a lamp with those 3 spotlights is enough, but maybe you need something more in the line of 6 or 7 spotlights. So to give you that possibility to do that is that it's built on 2 standard components that you can get everywhere. It's not an enclosed system like the other one. It's just basic components. You have this 12-volt LED module, which is pretty bright. It has a 1.5 watt light output, and this G4 fitting. And this is the element, this is the connector where all the parts go in. So this is one of the plastic parts. It's a very simple piece that has certain angles and certain cones that you can put into this part, so that it stays in there. And with the same idea, you can connect it to all the other parts as well. And so once you build it into this system, which I will show you now. Still a little fiddly, but it'll work. Like this. You can have this lampshade holder, which you put on here. Put the G4 fitting through, push it in, and the fitting locks everything in place. So once this is in, it's locked together. You can still take it out with a tool, but like this, it is set. You put in light source, and then you have this laser cut shade or any other kind of shade that has a similar pattern, and yeah, you just put it on. Yeah, and you would do the same with the other ones. Put it into the fitting. And you have a lamp with for you appropriate number of spots. Yes, and if you decide to download this, then good luck with building it and have fun with it. I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, maybe spread the word, because I think it's an important thing to spread.